Today, from Sacramento, California, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Sacramento Miners taking on San Diego.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Sacramento Miners. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Knight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
49-yard
call that a gain of 11.
11 on the play. First down, Dragons.
They run with Hines. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To number 88. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
Tackled at the
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Love to throw. And this is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's another Sacramento first down.
Off the play fake, Love. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
7, Dragons 3. Austin
following the touchdown. Here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
3-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. He finds Corey Davis. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Keeps the score. Miners 7, Dragons 3.
Field comes this offense ready for their second drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
52's the mark, boys. 52.
Love from the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Love. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
15 yards on the play, first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Dragons 3.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Dragons.
Back to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Gun now on third down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Cliff Kingsbury here on 4th down, trots out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Miners 7, Dragons 6.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They're on 26-yard line.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. coming right. This is Cook on the toss play. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And touchdown! Delvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
A lot of times, just that first read that you have, maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hines, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
A 9-yard gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
It's a
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hines. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
An 8-yard pickup.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Down right around the 25.
Number 48.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT.
A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
Makes the score Miners 14, Dragons 9.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
about
way.
the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Well, they've got the lead, and certainly a big reason why some of these catches we take a look at right now.
And I've seen it so many times that when units start to play really well, they feed off of each other and play even better. And they're making every catch possible. Contested, non-contested, easy, difficult, big-time plays. And right now, that's why their team's in the lead.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Love. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, Love to pass. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. First down, going to the air with Love. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Seibert on for the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
Dragons 9. Austin Seibert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Davis. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Love, they go play action now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over first.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, Hines, and he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
The pass.
17 yards there on 3rd down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
17 yards.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Hines. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Hines, the ball carrier.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
A gain of 1.
Play action this time with Love. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This to Hines on the drop-off. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
At their own 32
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Love now on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays.
28, Dragons 9.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
First down, Dragons.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We are back now in Sacramento as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. 2nd and 5. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
Dragons.
They'll drop the throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
Pick up with 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a dump off here complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And this is complete. It's Allen. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
88.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming.
Point after.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
Dragons 16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Throw left side complete. That's Barton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards the pickup there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a second down throw for Love here. He's going to let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
That's good concentration right there, and he did a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. And it certainly doesn't hurt that at 6'5", he's got a big wingspan that allows him to go up and complete that play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw, and he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Love to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Love. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks. And they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Off the play fake, Love. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one caught by Davis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Dragons.
Back to throw again. Allen's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Dragons.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
At the 4-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to kick it away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
At their own 30.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 12, a little over 30 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.